Have you ever hit a really big milestone, one that you thought would feel absolutely amazing, and instead you're like, wait, that's it? You got the job, you crossed the finish line, you checked off all of the boxes, and then 5 minutes later, you're already on to the next thing? Or worse, you feel a little bit empty. Now, I promise that's not because I think that you're ungrateful. The reason why is because you're actually living by someone else's definition of success. So, I'm going to show you how to create a definition of success that's absolutely 100% yours so you don't work your butt off and then feel let down. Hi, I'm Laverne McKinnon, and welcome to the Moonshot Mentor community. If you're navigating a career transition, whether you're stepping up, getting started, or making a pivot, you're in the right place. I'm a career strategist and a grief coach, and I love to help people going through career changes sort through all of that noise spiritually, strategically, and tactically. So you make moves that actually feel aligned with the things that are most important to you. Now, there's never any need to go it alone. We can find your next move together. Now, if you enjoy this video, please do subscribe to my channel for weekly videos covering all kinds of career moves. Okay, here's the truth. Most of us didn't come up with our own definition of success. We inherited it. And if you're wondering where those definitions were inherited from, look no further than the culture that we're raised in. Our culture feeds us a script about what making it should look like. So in the US, we live in a capitalist first culture. And whether we realize it or not, we are spoon fed a script about what success should look like and sound like. And it usually goes something like this: make a lot of money, get the big job title, work long hours because hustle equals ambition, collect degrees and credentials, and then show it all off with travel, premium brands, and a lifestyle for the rich and famous. Now, none of this is bad. Honestly, some of it can be sort of great. But here's the catch. If you're chasing these things because you think that you should, or because that's what everyone else around you is doing, you're going to feel sort of hollow and empty when you get there. And wait, that's not all. There's also comparison. Ugh, that really, really ugly beast. We look around and think, well, they did it, so maybe I should do too. Now, that's exactly what happened to me when I went for my MBA, for my Master's of Business Administration. Most of the business leaders I admired had an MBA, so I thought, okay, I need that too. And while that degree never once got me hired, I do admit it gave me confidence in a boardroom. But let's be real, that's not the degree speaking. That's me outsourcing my self worth to a piece of paper. What I really wanted was authority and belonging. And that's what comparison does. It makes you believe if you just had that thing, that degree, the Fendi handbag, the fancy beach or ski vacation, you'd finally feel and look successful. Spoiler, you will, but only if that's how you define success. Here's the shift that I'm encouraging you to embrace. Success is a way of life as opposed to a destination. And the only way to feel it, really feel it, is to define it for yourself. Here's an exercise that I like to use with my clients and with myself. Write down your definition of success. Don't overthink it, just get it down on paper. And then ask yourself, why is this my definition? And write down the answer again. And then ask yourself again, why is that the answer? And then one more time, why is this the answer? Each why, it gets you to dig a little bit deeper past surface level goals into the values and purpose underneath. And it's those values and purpose that really drive you and make the things that you're going for and achieving really feel aligned for you, and it becomes more fulfilling. So let me tell you how this played out for me. And I'm a little bit embarrassed to tell you this, but I track my goals. I track the things that I'm going for. I've always had like, okay, well, what's my current moonshot? I don't know why that's embarrassing, but it is. So I went back and I looked at my notes from 2017, and this was my definition of success. And it was three things. One, land a fabulous high profile job. Two, finish a vomit draft of my book by the end of the year. Three, lose 10 pounds. Now, here's what happened when I put that list through the why filter, asking myself why three times. So, high profile job, definition of success, why? Because I wanted to feel important and respected. Why? Because I thought if people admired me, I'd finally feel secure. Why? Because underneath all the ambition was a fear that without status, I wasn't enough. Let's take a look at the second definition of success for myself: finish a book draft. Why? Because I wanted to be able to say I was an author. Why? Because I thought having author next to my MBA would make me more legitimate. Why? Because I believed credibility came from labels, not from having something meaningful to say. Whew, that's painful. Okay, lose 10 pounds. Why? Because I wanted to look like I belonged in Los Angeles, where I live. Why? Because the beauty standards in Los Angeles are horrifically unforgiving. Why? Because I thought if I fit the mold, I'd be more lovable. Unpacking each of these so called definitions of success showed me that none of them connected to my actual values. They were all seeking external validation, and they were goals, not ways of being. So no wonder I felt an odd sense of emptiness and like, that's it? Here's how I define success today: as a process and a way of listening. Listen with curiosity, courage, and compassion while creating content and experiences that help people love, learn, and laugh. Notice the difference. Instead of goals shaped by comparison and culture, this definition is rooted in what matters to me. It's not something I can check off a list, it's something I live every single day. Bottom line: culture and comparison will always offer you a version of success. But if you don't stop and ask whether it's really yours, you're going to keep hitting milestones that don't mean anything to you. So grab a pen, write down your definition, ask yourself why 3 times, and don't stop until you land on something that feels like you or gives you clarity on what needs to be course corrected. Because success isn't out there waiting for you at the next finish line, it's in how you're living your life today. Hey, before you go, if you want more support to stay motivated, feel less alone, and move through your career transition with strategy and love, come join my Substack community. Paid members get exclusive journal prompts, guided meditations, live workshops and live coaching, and a community of ambitious, purpose driven professionals. Sign up at moonshotmentor.substack.com. A very big thank you to Amanda Kenny for the editing and social media expertise, and to Lauren Deacon, who manages the Moonshot Mentor brand. And thank you for spending time with me today. Your time is incredibly valuable, and to gift it to me, I receive that, and I really appreciate the trust. So until next week, keep going after your moonshot.